Simon, welcome to Podcastina.
Hey, thanks for having me. I just scared Monty. Hey, all right.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
He-
It's a requirement to make out with the dog when you
That's
come on
right.
the show.
That's right. That's the only action I've had all week. All right, buddy.
I got so excited when you posted yesterday about your fiance being is it casting agent?
Oh,
or-
yeah. Yeah. I mean, let's get into that.
Please.
That's way more interesting than myself.
No.
No, for sure. Yeah, so my my fiance.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, who would have thought? Not my mom, anyway. No. Yeah. So she basically has her own casting company, Meg Berry Casting. Check it out. But she works for a production company called Shed Media, which does the a lot of the shows for Bravo. I mean, they're a part of NBC, but they do a lot of shows for Bravo. And so, yeah, I posted yesterday. She does cast for what could arguably be called one of the greatest shows of our generation.
Period.
Stamp it.
I'll die on that hill.
End it. And that is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, folks. Who would have thought that it would be Salt Lake that would be the best one? But they are truly phenomenal women and just insane sociopaths. No, I love you gals. I don't know. They're probably not watching.
They're probably not watching.
No.
Maybe someday.
They might. And what if they're all watching this right now and they're like, Simon, they call Meg. They're like, he called us sociopathic, and that's felt like an undersell. But yeah, so she basically there was an article that came out that it was some of the best casting choices in the history of the show, and so I had to give her a shout out. But
yeah, I gotta give her a shot. I just needed to bring it up at the top so that I could tell you to tell her that I hope may all her lights be green.
Yes.
May she always find the best parking everywhere. May all her avocados be perfectly ripe.
Perfectly ripe. Yeah.
That ensemble, I fucking love that show.
She deserves it. Yeah. I mean, you can't account for taste, and she knows how to. Because I do think with these kinds of shows, you are essentially, when you're the person that's in charge of casting the show, you're also kind of a storyteller too. So you're more than just you're trying to see who's going to create the best storylines.
1000%.
Yeah. And I mean, I never watched that show before we were together, and I really think that it's one of the things I'm most grateful for is discovering the show. Because I mean, there's moments when I'm watching it where I'm like, I don't know if I've laughed harder watching something. Maybe in real life where something happens, but watching something, there's moments where I'm like, and I tell this all the time. I don't know if you've probably seen this episode, but they go to. They're like, we're doing a girls trip. This is the last season or a couple seasons. They're like, yeah, we're doing a girl trip, and they go to Milwaukee. That's their big girls trip, Milwaukee. In
I remember
winter.
This episode. Yeah.
Yeah, they go to a basketball game, and I'm like, that seems cool. But they go to the Miller Brewery, and I believe it's Mary, Love Mary. Her son had the, and we pray, recovery. It's but yeah, so they went to the brewery, and Mary, she's like, oh, I don't drink beer. And they're like, oh, well, what do you usually drink? And she's like, oh, Dom Perignon, mostly. And they're like, oh, well, this beer is actually the champagne of beers. And it's a Miller High Life. And then they pour it in a little flute. And she's like, well, I like this. And then she ends up having 6 of them, and they're just, slamming beers, getting drunk. But just that she, the champagne of beers, Don Perignon, they're equal. They're equal. Yeah.
It's funny to enjoy something like that and kind of swallow the cliche of, oh, you like Housewives, or how could you watch this, blah blah blah, it's junk TV, whatever, and then you see someone John Oliver comes out and
Yeah.
talks about how much he fucking loves
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And he was like, you probably saw this, but for anyone that hasn't, he goes, okay, Mary is married to her step-grandfather. Don't you want to know more?
Yeah.
Aren't you entertained?
I mean, what? You hear that and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that's just a regular Mormon thing. I think there's something else going on there. There's something else. But yeah, it's it's one of the greatest shows ever.
Absolutely.
And I think you agree.
He definitely does say he's going to watch the new one with me
Are you
tonight.
watching the new one tonight?
What's something you're looking forward to in life right now?
Oh boy, I'll tell you. Well, we all know the state of stand-up comedy is pretty incredible right now. There's more
Best it's ever
opportunity.
been.
The best it's ever been. They're handing out specials like candy on Halloween. It's that time of year. So I've kind of like really, with LA, I think we were talking about this before we started rolling. But I think LA is a place where, you kind of need to look at opportunities outside of just stand up, and obviously so I've been kind of like focusing on acting while I'm here, like a little bit more. And on November 14th, I'm going to be in a one-act play.
Cool.
For the first time in I don't even know. So I'm nervous about that, but I'm kind of just like, yeah, why not? So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to just, say the words that someone else wrote, and if they suck, it's not my fault. I didn't write it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, stand-up's just so vulnerable, and it's like, it's one of those things where it's like if they don't like the material, they essentially don't like me,
Yeah.
or you, it's like where it's, at least it's like, oh, the performance wasn't great, or, it's like, well, the performance was good, but what are you going to do with that dialogue? That was just bad dialogue. Nothing you could do. It's not like we don't like you. So I'm looking forward to kind of doing that. But yeah, what about you?
Oh, I mean, I guess I'm looking forward to this move. I've just been anxious about it. I've known since March, and to know that you're changing your entire life around for that many months is kind of perplexing because I just walk around
there's
raw.
A lot of time to dwell on it and contemplate, right?
Yeah. And to be like, is this the correct decision for me? What am I doing with my life? What am I going to miss? I've had this like bucket list of things to do in LA now that I've been trying to do. And what's nice is it has made me appreciate LA from the perspective of what are my favorite things here that I'm going to miss that I want to make sure I like tick those boxes before I'm gone for what might be a couple years. Who knows?
Yeah.
And so my heart's been heavy with it, but I'm also really looking forward to, I think it's going to be good for me.
Yeah. I mean, I do think change is good. And it's easy to like get in a rut here. I feel like even though there's almost, you look on paper, and there's seemingly like an infinite amount of things to do, but then it's easy to kind of get, into this sort of rhythm that's isolating, I think, here.
Yes.
It's very easy to isolate in LA.
Especially on the west side. Like I do not leave the west side.
You're telling me. I mean, I'm over in Franklin Village, and I was like, what the? Where?
Like Marina Del who?
Yeah, Marina Del what? But yeah, are you putting like a cap on the time in Austin or not to?
I can't because I don't know what's going to happen.
Have you announced that's where you're going on the podcast
I have,
before?
yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm like,
all 10 listeners are well aware.
Surprise! Surprise! We're going to Austin.
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously minimum a year because that's going to be the lease that I'm signing. And then within that year, I'll see what's going on with work too. Like I have to get a whole new job when I get out there. I'm leaving behind like this notary business that I built here. I'm leaving.
Oh, wow.
I work at Ferrari. I've been there for 12 years. So I'll be like quitting that, which is crazy. That's been like the longest I've ever held a job.
Damn. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, what's the longest I've worked somewhere? Maybe like a third of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge change, but it's cool, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
My dream is to come back here. I know that. I know deeply that, like, even if things go well there, then my ideal situation would be to have a place here and like be in both, because then if I'm doing that well, then I'm going to care about having a tax haven. Then it makes sense to be in Texas for at least half the year to take advantage of the income tax thing, and then be able to come out here. I have family out here. I mean, my friends mean the world to me out here. Like, it's been 13 years. I can't just walk away from that and be like, I'll never be back. Bye.
Yeah. See you in hell.
Yeah.
Hell. That's what I always say. That's like my joke whenever I see, because I swear to God, I hang out with people that live here almost just as much when I run into them in other cities.
Right?
It's crazy. And so my, when we say bye in another city, I'm like, all right, I'll see you in hell, LA. But yeah, I mean, there are still so many great things about living here,
Absolutely.
You just don't get.
And the move has lent itself to more qualitative hangs with people that I know I care about, because I really have taken inventory of, like, who am I going to really miss spending significant time with, and how do I want to make sure that I'm still nurturing those relationships from far away. And the nice thing is that everybody pretty much from here will come through there at some point. Like, all my comedian friends are going to come through anyways, because there's so many things to do there with comedy that I'm like, okay, I'll still see you guys. It'll just be on a different schedule.
Yeah. And that's great too. It's like, I mean, at this point, it's like, how much am I actually seeing some of these friends anyway? And I mean, and people that I really like, but it's like, people got lives, They
got lives, and things are far here, and nobody wants to do. And I get it. I'm in the same boat where I'm like, oh, you live in Highland Park? See you in 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that when I was in Austin, though, it didn't seem like getting across town was particularly like a fast experience. But the last 2 times I've been to Austin, I swear to God, they're like tearing up the whole freeway.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, well, maybe that's part of it, but yeah, getting from one side to the other didn't feel like super fast, but
they do cry and bitch and moan about their traffic, but coming from LA, I'm like, you sweet summer child, you don't fucking know about traffic.
Yeah, you don't know nothing.
I want to know more about this play, though. How'd you get into that? Are you like a big thespian or what?
Yeah, I'm kind of a Daniel Day type of situation. I'm really immersed myself in the role.
Well, I don't know any comedians that do theater, I don't think, so I'm very intrigued.
I'm like, I didn't even necessarily move to LA to do stand-up. So I started stand-up here, like, once I was living here, and honestly, like, probably a year after I moved here, but I think I didn't grow up really watching a lot of stand-up, but I loved comedy, but I loved, sketch comedy and, like, comedy movies, like, my heroes weren't necessarily, it wasn't like George Carlin, Richard Pryor, like, I wasn't one of those, like, I think I was trying to force that, like, but, it was more like, and I know that he obviously did stand up, but I didn't know Jim Carrey from stand up. I knew him from movies, Chris Farley, like, even Eddie Murphy. Like, I never watched his stand up. I watched all the movies, that he
That's how all of us got introduced to those people. I think for the most part, we didn't learn about them through stand up.
Yeah. But then, there's so many, like, weird comedy purists that'll just, that's kind of what frustrates me about stand-up sometimes, is, like, I feel like I'm always getting lectured about some shit I didn't see from this changed you didn't see this from 1972. It was the first time anyone. So I don't really care about that.
I don't either.
And maybe, maybe that's, like, Maybe that's why I don't get too many spots at the old Laugh Factory, you know? I said the one that I don't care about. They ain't booking me on no chocolate sundaes. That's about 4 years out.
Well, after this episode drops.
Yeah, I swear to God, if you don't... But, I mean, you know, so, like, kind of, you know, there are alternative spaces for, you know, more sketch and, like, theater stuff. And, you know, I'm kind of, like, you know, trying to get more out of those things too, and, you know, become more well-rounded anyway, you know. So actually this one act is it was written, I haven't met the other person, but the person who reached out to me was Ellery Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have to block that out.
No, not at all.
But she wrote it, and then I auditioned for it. You know, I like sent in a self-tape for a different role, and then it was like, oh, we'd like you to do this. And then, you know, I was kind of had that where I was like, I really want to do this. And then when I saw how much it was going to be, like how big the character was in it and how much I would have to learn from a dialogue standpoint, I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is a lot of lines. But I always feel like with acting and stuff like that, whenever I would get an audition or still, there's like an initial moment where I'm just like, God damn it, I don't want to do this.
Same.
And then I read it and I have a panic about when it's due, and I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to. I'm just gonna go to tech school to learn how to repair HVACs or something, you know, like I don't want to. And then, you know, and then I read it. I think the best note that I've ever gotten from Walter Goggins, because I saw him on a podcast.
Big name.
Say it.
Oh.
He's that guy that's like everywhere right now.
Yeah.
And he's been around for a long time.
No relation to David.
Yeah. But he, basically it was just like, how do you like really immerse yourself? You just read the script 100 times, you know, just like read it until it makes sense. And then you like learn the lines off of that.
Do you have memorization tips that you've figured out? How do you memorize stuff? Because that's a place where I've never.
So it's so overwhelming. What's worked for me is I try to remember what the scene's about first and like what my character's doing, and then I kind of like talk it out, and it's not right, but it kind of helps me at least know what the gist of what my characters. And I swear, if somebody's watching this who's like went to fucking Juilliard or something and is like, well, you know, you can't do anything until you learn the lines, you know, and I think I've heard that before too, but I think
that can't be true. Your method sounds a lot more sensible, of at least if you have the context of what's going on, that could work as a cue to remembering what you're supposed to say.
It's just a trick to try to remember and then, you know, and then just like, and then breaking it up into parts. So if I say something like, I have to learn 14 pages of dialogue, I will start to cry.
Right.
You know what I mean? And but if I'm like, I have to do this section is this section, and I break it up into, you know, it's like breaking it up, I think is kind of what has helped me. And it's kind of like tricks, and again, incredible analogy, but something I did, of course, I'm this weird guy that doesn't like doing laundry. I'm crazy.
Who loves doing laundry?
Yeah, I'm one of these crazy guys that doesn't like to fold clothes, and I find it tedious and boring.
If you saw my closet right now, you'd be like, Galena, this isn't who I thought you were.
Yeah, it's so clean out here. But one thing that I do is that when my clothes are done, I break them up into sections. So I like put all the, you know, socks, put all like the shirts together, and then just doing that makes it smaller in my brain. And I think that's what I do with dialogue of a scene. I break it up into little laundry parts.
I love that.
That's the clip right there.
Yeah.
Stupid comedian thinks he understands anything about acting. fucking asshole. Comedian disrespects timeless art. Comparing it to laundry. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only thing that's really worked for me because, you know, I think a few years back I wasn't necessarily taking those kinds of opportunities as seriously as I should have been, because I'm just like, I just want to do stand up, man. You know, like, I'm a personality, dude. You know, it's like, well, no one's paying you for your personality. I think we've established that. So it is kind of a thing where, you know, I'm like, okay, well, what if these are the opportunities that are coming right now? I need to take them seriously. So yeah.
And it's not an out of left field skill. It actually goes in concert with doing stand up too. Like acting is very complementary. There's things that are complementary, like podcasting and like acting.
Totally.
Anything where you have to just be present and be in your body, because with that it's like, yes, you have to find the line and regurgitate it, but you have to be present and say it in a way that's not like just so computerized. Monty.
Who's that?
He's very stressed about it.
No.
But you reminded me, like, when you're saying there's those comedians who are like, oh, well, I came up on Carlin and Pryor, and they're so kind of like, they don't want to be inclusive of people that didn't come up that way, because I didn't either. I was not like a stand-up comedy fan before I got into it. I fell into it by accident and ended up loving it just as much as someone who grew up watching those specials that were on HBO and stuff.
Yeah, or like had the, you know, had the albums, you know, like I used to listen to Bill Cosby's record, you know, and I'm obviously a great guy, but no, I think like back in the day that was like a huge one where people would be like, this is how you write jokes, and you know,
it's just so silly and it's so elitist, and it's the same people that would like a band and then the band would blow up and they'd be like, oh, they're sellouts, and it's like, don't you want the artists that you enjoy to have some commercial success? Because we're all living in a capitalist society and we all need to like figure out how to keep a roof over our heads. So why are you getting mad that artists are becoming successful?
Yeah. It is a form of hating.
Yes.
And comedians love to hate. If there's like one thing that they are best at, it's like, that sucks. Fuck that. Would you say that, do you think that like, because I think it is important to kind of like with stand up, you know, get the reps in and keep practicing. Do you find that like you're sharper, or you even like get material out of it, like when you're podcasting, like when you're doing this and like talking, do you get nuggets out of like conversations that you end up using on stage, or does it make you feel sharper too when you're doing this?
Great question. I haven't necessarily gotten anything that has translated into material, but I see how the influence of doing this seeps into my life and that it affects it. Like, I was on a date the other day.
Hello. Now we're talking.
And
Monty, did you hear that?
Trying to find Monty a dad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Monty.
We were talking about this guy's work and what he does, and he comes from doing like metal fabrications.
Whoa.
And woodworking and stuff. And I asked him, I go, when's the last time you welded something? And he goes, whoa, you really are a podcaster. And I was like, really? I just thought that was a normal question.
Yeah. Whoa, you just asked me a question about a thing that I do?
Yeah.
That's... hit the stop button. We're not... I didn't agree to be recorded.
Yeah. But it's nice to think that...
You're just asking the most general question.
Yeah, right? I thought so, too.
Have you eaten here before? Whoa, what's with the third degree?
But if it has made me better at asking questions and better at listening, then there's no way that's not going to then seep into being a better comedian, because for something like crowd work, if I'm more present and I'm more apt at listening, it's going to make me a better comedian, even if it's not like a direct A to B from podcasting.
Totally. Yeah. I think that's true. I don't know if I ever like got, when I was doing my podcast, if I ever like necessarily had bits translate or like things that I would say that would then make it. But it definitely I felt a little bit sharper if I had a show that night, maybe,
Right.
because I'm like, okay, well, I already got like, now I'm just an acting guy, but they say shake out the sillies, they're just like shake out those sillies, so you can kind of be free. And I think that's kind of in a way like what this does, is like you're just kind of practicing, talking, but being interesting
Yes.
while you're doing it, so. But yeah, anything to help the stand up, I'll tell you.
Anything to help the stand up. And
Anything.
because I try to have a bigger vision of like, I don't necessarily want to be a road dog. If I were to get to a level of stand up where I can like headline and go around the country,
Yeah.
I know myself and I know my capacity for traveling like that is pretty low, and that I'm not going to be able to be on the road every single weekend, even if I can, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I need another alternative thing that allows me to put stuff out without me living at a fucking airport.
Yeah. I know, because like even traveling comfortably is still kind of uncomfortable.
It's just so tiring. It's
Yeah.
physically exhausting.
Yeah, 100%. I don't. The novelty of that wore off for sure. Where it's like okay, I'm going because I need the money.
Yeah.
But yeah, even like the stage time. Sometimes I'm like, if it's not a lot of money, I'm like, do I really need? Because yeah, it sucks, and yeah. Traveling. It's another reason. I'm an actor now. I fully transitioned to an actor. I don't leave town. I'm in plays, and that's it.
I just think people lie, or at least they don't make the distinction when they're like, I love traveling. I'm like, no, you don't. You hate traveling.
Yeah.
You love seeing new places. It's different things. I
Yeah.
enjoy seeing a new place. I fucking hate traveling, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I love sitting on an airplane for 6 hours. I do not.
Yeah. And when seeing that new place is Wichita, Kansas,
Yeah.
I could have not seen that new place.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see that new place. I could have stayed. There's plenty of places in this city that are new to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see those new places. I don't need to spend, 2 nights alone in a hotel in a in a place I would never want to be, where I know literally no one. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll go explore. But then it's 95 degrees with like 80% humidity, and you're the only one walking around, and even if it wasn't hot, you still would be the only one walking around.
And there's no sidewalks in a lot of these cities.
Yeah. And the only people walking are people who got their license taken away. So I'm walking around with those people. Yeah. So if I could not travel as much, or it's like I do one weekend, but it basically pays the same as if I was gone 3 weekends. That would be great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That might be the magic of cruise ships and why people are not going on cruises, but like doing stand-up on cruises.
Yeah. Ugh.
Have you done that?
No. And no offense to anyone who does it, but I hate the sea, and I hate being on boats, and I hate being trapped. So it sounds like a fate worse than hell for me. No matter, and I know the money's decent. Also, even if I did, those people have met me before who book them, not interested in what I'm bringing to the comedy table. I literally, that's so funny. I just did a comedy festival that was also a competition, and it was very fun. Too long for a festival. It went from Tuesday through Saturday. So basically I left on Sunday. I was there for 6 days.
Was it the one that just happened?
Yeah. Big Sky.
Big Sky,
It's,
yeah.
I mean, it's a great festival, but too long to be in Billings, Montana. Yeah, giving Wichita a run for your money as far as the culture and the quality of the city. But no, it was still better in Wichita, 100%. I just stare off into space for a while.
Sorry, Wichita.
Wichita, Jesus Christ. But it was. I mean, it was great. I mean, I met there was a ton of phenomenal comedians that were also on it. Like the quality was up there, and there were a few that I never met before in places that I've never been. So I'm like, oh, I'll hit you up when I come to your town. Don't hit me up when you come to my town because I can't help you.
Yeah.
I can't help myself, so I got nothing for you. But yeah, it was so it was a competition. I didn't even make the finals. You believe that? Because I could. Because I was like,
No.
I was like, Jesus. But I mean, that kind of speaks to there was a lot of great people on it, and the prize is like you win some money. You get they film they do like someone else who does a special, but a big thing is there's people who like book various cruise ships, and that's not what I want to do. No offense to anyone who does, but even if I did, those people who were there could barely look me in the eyes. No, they just I'm not for them, and it's not even that I'm dirty because I'm not even that dirty, but you kind of have to be clean.
Right.
But also you kind of have to have your stand-up kind of has to be somewhat relatable to the people who are on the cruise's experience, So it really helps if like, you or your you have a background in the military, you've gone through something that people can relate to, like medical, I mean, things like that. You have to have a point of view that's kind of really down the middle, but it was also a thing where they were like, okay, and I'm just like, I'll do anything for Carnival. I was on the poop cruise, and I'd happily do it again. Turn off the plumbing on every ship.
What are you serious?
Do you ever see that? There's a docu-series.
Yeah. Were you seriously on it?
No,
Oh.
but I would. I'd do it. I'd volunteer.
Is that why you hate the sea?
No, it just scares the shit out of me. Being out in the deep ocean, and then also like, I mean, there's a nausea point, and I know those are so big that like it's not really a thing as much.
It could be,
but it 100%. I think just staring, like going out there at night and just seeing nothing, would trip me out.
I went on a cruise. It was not my choice. It was what my family wanted to do. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, why not? And I'm like, oh, you know what? I wouldn't do this just if it was my decision.
If it was your choice, yeah.
Not because, and I love the sea. Very pro sea.
Pro sea.
Pro sea.
Well, because you mentioned you
I
like
surf.
Yeah.
Poorly, and it doesn't love me back, I'll tell you that.
I hate the ocean and everything in it. No.
It's just weird that you are kind of trapped and beholden. They'll let you off the ship and they'll be like, you better be back by 7 p.m. or we will leave without you.
Yeah.
And so there's this lack of flexibility.
I wonder how much that happens.
Probably a lot.
Right?
It's got to happen a lot.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Is like they're just feeding you booze and you're drinking, you're laying out in the sun. I'm sure. Or, you cause some trouble in another country and you get I'm sure. Yeah, I'd like to know how much that actually happens.
And there's the weirdness of it turns into like a tiny town. And so you spend the week seeing all the same people, you're just constantly running into the same people everywhere for every meal, at every show, every activity you do.
No, imagine that, but you're a comedian performing for them all.
Yikes.
And what if you what if I bomb or something? And then I have to see him the next day at like the buffet.
Yeah, over a croissant, they're like this asshole.
Yes. I guess they'll book anyone on this cruise.
And then I heard there's a morgue on board in case someone dies before you've docked. They have like a room where they keep. I don't know how true that is.
Whoa.
Sounds true.
Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah.
What kinds of vacations do you like?
Man, I mean, thank God Meg doesn't like cruises either. Because we talked about that. She's like, if you got a job on one of those, you'd be gone a lot, and I wouldn't even want to go.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a thing where I'm like, oh, I want to go visit you on there. I mean, she's definitely a, like vacation, sit by the pool, sip cocktails, kind of lay by the beach kind of thing. And I like that. I got to do activities, man, where I want to go, and it's her fault because she told me about this place. And I want to go there for our honeymoon, but that's off the table. There's a resort in Hawaii where it's the whole resort is like on a series of levels, and there's all these water slides, and it's like a huge water park. And I was like, that sounds like the best. So for me, a vacation, water park. I'd want to like go. I'm big on physical fitness, you guys can tell, but I would want to go hike and explore. And then a place that I've never been, and this is kind of also like exploring, but like I would absolutely love to go to Japan.
Yeah.
And just eat and drink my way through, all kinds of like cool, temples and, the landscape. So yeah, I think, I just want to eat some like real fucking sushi.
It's super affordable to go to Japan right now.
Yeah, I know it's not that much. Yeah. Yeah. So have you been there?
I haven't, but I feel like everyone I know has in the last couple of years.
It feels like a lot of people, and it's just from like the pictures I'm seeing of, and these are my friends or maybe other people too, but it feels like a lot of people are going to Japan right now for like vacation.
They definitely are.
It's having a moment.
I don't know if there's water slides.
Oh, all right. Well, sorry. You almost had me. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, and that's like my thing is like, the thing I want to do most is like literally for a child. But I'm like, could I also get a pina colada and then do the water slides? Because that's the dream. Yeah.
You could in Hawaii, I bet. I bet they would look the other way.
I think
Plastic
so,
cup,
yeah.
No glass?
No glass. Yeah, come on. No glass by the pool. I know the rule. But yeah. That's that is, I think here's the thing is I watched, and I bring this up quite a bit because it is my base level of what I think being rich and living a life of luxury is I saw this movie called Blank Check when I was like 8 or 9. And it's, this kid, I think it's like his stepdad or something is like neglectful. And then he's like, here, you want a present? And he gives him a blank check. And then he writes down $1 million, which in the 90s was like, you couldn't spend it. It's so much money. You could never even spend $1 million. And what he does is he has a water slide that's connected to his bedroom. So he like wakes up in the morning, gets out of bed, and then jumps down the water slide and is like, whoa. And I saw that as a kid and I was like, that's what being rich is. That's what I need. And so, I think that's kind of where my obsession with like water parks and like water slides came from, is that movie. So yeah, ultimate vacation, multi-level water slide park. It doesn't even have to be in Hawaii. It could be in like Calabasas or somewhere drivable from here,
I just saw, maybe you saw it too, there was a viral video of like a slide of death. I think it was in like Chicago or something. It was just like this playground where they made this closed slide.
Okay.
And it's like a metal slide. And all these people kept complaining to the city that kids were like absolutely getting yeeted off the slide. And this cop went to go investigate it, and he's like, there's no fucking way. And there's a video of the cop going down the slide, and absolutely, like, he comes out the bottom of the slide on his face.
Good. No. That's hilarious. I have seen videos of people going down slides and then just like and just getting shot off. No water.
No
See,
water.
that's the problem. You
That's
you
the
need
missing
water.
link.
Yeah. I'm not going down a slide unless there's water at the bottom. I think I made that rule right now. Too risky. With these old knees, can't risk it.
This is a bit of a change of subject, but how did you know your lady was the one?
How did I know my lady was the one? I mean, I think a big sign was when she said she didn't want to go on a cruise ship. I was like, all right, we're on to something. Her love of sushi. I didn't know that was like that important to me. But I don't know if you've ever dated like a picky eater or if you are a picky eater.
No, and I eat so much sushi that I'm probably going to give myself mercury poisoning for sure.
Great. But I never thought it was like that big of a deal, and then not being able to like basically having like half of the restaurants that you would want to go to just like slice that out. You can't do that.
That would be so hard to be with a picky eater. Now that I think about it, I haven't been with one.
Yeah.
But I can imagine how difficult that would be.
It is. I think it's brutal. I think it's, obviously, like if somebody has like allergies, but if it's like, ew.
They don't deserve
like
love
that.
if they have allergies.
Yeah. If you got a peanut allergy or nut allergy,
sorry,
we're thinning the herd here. Yeah. RFK. No. But I do, if it is you just like you don't like something because it like looks yucky, then it's like, yeah, and you're 32, maybe you should like you're not a 5-year-old child. But I do when I knew, I think there were things that led up to like me knowing that. But I think like a big thing was just the communication, I think, and the support. I think that was something that never really had to be forced or really, there's never been a thing where it's like we need to like rediscuss these sort of fundamental things. It's always just kind of been known. And so in that level of like comfort and trust, I'm just like, oh, okay, I don't think I've actually ever had that before. So let's roll with it, dude. And that's how I proposed to her. I said, let's roll with it, dude. All right. And then I got on a knee and it cracked and I couldn't get back up. So that's how I really knew she was the one, because she helped me into bed. But yeah, I think all those factors, kind of played a part of it.
What have you like learned about yourself through being in, I'm assuming, your most serious relationship?
Yeah. What if I'm like, nah, it's not that serious. The biggest thing I've learned, the biggest thing I really learned, I think, is that it's not supposed to be hard. Like it's not easy. There's always like challenges because you're balancing two lives essentially every day, but I think that's the thing, is it's not supposed to be hard when it's like right. I think, you're not like, you have to work for it, but it shouldn't be like, it should just be like work that you do. It shouldn't be something where you're like, man, like having the same sort of like conversations. But yeah.
I like that, because I think the difference, if you were to define work, the work of a relationship shouldn't feel like drudgy, monotonous cubicle work. It should feel like work in the way that an artist works on a sculpture, or you work on a craft that matters to you, where there's effort, but it doesn't feel like it's something that's being forced on you. It feels like a work that you're choosing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But don't listen to me. I'm perpetually alone.
But that's because you also maybe, you know what you want, you know what you don't want. You know?
Yeah.
And why waste time? I mean, it's like, that was the other thing. I'm just like, I don't want to tell my origin story to anyone else ever again. I don't want to have to fucking go through this bullshit of, and so this is what happened to me, and this is why I'm like this, So yeah, just thank God. Thank God I don't have to do that anymore.
It's nice. What do you do to like stay on top of your mental health and make sure that you're with it?
Nothing. I'm freaking spiraling every moment of the day. Mornings are hard. I mean, I don't really know. I think the biggest thing I've for my own mental health, and it saved me a lot of things. It's like, do I need to send this email right now, or should I eat some oatmeal and like get some? But like, should I take a shower and eat before I start sending these fucking crazy messages to people, or should I like? I think really the biggest thing for my mental health is like stop, take a beat. If you send it right now or if you send it 20 minutes later, the 20 minutes isn't going to affect it as much as like my attitude's going to affect it right now if I do it. And then, yeah, I mean, just, taking walks, making gratitude lists. I thought about doing all this stuff. I'm not going to do it. It's too late for me, but now it's just eat something before I send that email. That's the thing.
I like that because when you put time and distance in between an initial reaction and the action,
yeah,
you change it from a reaction to an action, and it's so much more thoughtful.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Yeah, eat some oatmeal. If you don't got a nut allergy, I like to crunch up Trader Joe's. They got a unsalted mixed nut pack that I just kind of crunch them up, dust it on top, a little bit of honey. Good to go. Good to go.
No, that's good because it's so easy, and we have this like device that we're carrying around on us all the time, our phones.
Yeah.
And if you want something to rile you up or you want something to like piss you off and make you reactive, it's right there at your disposal. It's never been easier to access things that can make you reactive. Do you have bless you, Monty.
Whoa.
It's his little palm sneezes. Do you have a good relationship to like social media and scrolling?
No. I'm so pathetic about it that I actually have an app. I'm not sponsored, by the way, but it's called like Freedom app. I have the free version of it. And basically it's like you choose things on your phone, like apps, and then you set a time limit. And it blocks you from going on them.
I have that too.
You do?
I have Screen Zen. Amy Silverberg introduced me to it.
Screen Zen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's quite a few that do it. And yeah, with the free version, the longest I can go is 2 hours. So like, if I have work to do, if I have things I need to accomplish, like I will turn that on, and it's insane that stuff that would take me all day, I can get done in 2 hours by just not going on to Threads. Huge Threads guy. I'm a big believer in Threads. Yeah, so that's definitely helped me sort of curb the addiction, because I realized that I need outside help.
Yeah.
And it's the only way, other than just straight up throwing my phone into the ocean. And then that's no good.
No.
That's a real piece of shit move. Throwing garbage into the ocean.
I know. I had to hire outside help too, so to speak, of Screen Zen. And the thing is, I was so proud of myself. I had gotten off of Twitter in 2020. I was like, I see what this is doing to me. I would find myself reading people's arguments back, and I would be so far down like a rabbit hole of just reading people's arguments.
Yeah.
And I deleted it, and I felt so free. And then unfortunately I got on Threads like, I don't know, 6 months ago.
Oh yeah.
And I started it was like easy to get something to get traction there. Yeah. And it like got me fucking hooked, and all of a sudden I'm doing it again, and I'm purposely like poking the bear or whatever, and I'm purposely posting things that I know are going to get a lot of engagement. So I'm like, okay, this is the worst part of me because
Yeah.
I'm getting engagement. So I'm doing more and more of this, and I'm throwing daggers at people who probably are bots, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And then I did that screen zen, so it only lets me be on there for 10 minutes at a time, and it only lets me do that 6 times a day. So once I've hit an hour, I can't get back on it.
I see. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I like microdose it 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good too. Maybe I'll do that one too. I just have all these apps preventing me from
Other apps.
Yeah. That's why we do it, folks.
But it's tough, and it's tough to know how much of my time and energy it's eating up, but it's an addiction.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And then you really just go to the bottom of the barrel when all the other ones are blocked. I'm like, all right.
Guess I'll scroll PayPal.
Yeah. All right, Venmo, here we come. Yeah.
Are you spiritual or woo-woo at all?
Am I spiritual? Yes. And I'm trying to do it when it's not just because I need something or want something. But yeah, my parents were kind of the hippie persuasion. I'm from Portland originally. Go Antifa. All right. Yeah. Antifa is just a bunch of people in inflatable frog costumes.
I saw that. That's so funny.
That's the big threat. It's also, I mean, it is amazing. I was just talking to my mom about this on the way over here. It's just like only Portland could do this form of like nonviolent resistance and still kind of bring shame to me from being there. From there, I'm just like, yeah. I mean, it is hilarious that like this is where the military needs to go.
Yeah.
For these people, these are the people. People that are doing a naked bike ride. Let's shoot them with rubber bullets.
It's a bit of a tangent, but like since you have family there, what is actually going on there?
Nothing. It's fucking beautiful there. There's like where the the ice facility is, that's like one little street where it's happening. And I don't really know where that is, but it's not close to people are brunching. People are, it's like you go there and I mean, I tell people this all the time. It's like truly one of the greatest places on earth for like, if you want just some good coffee, some really good food, some, infinite amount of like micro brews and, crazy cocktails and, and there's no sales tax. So everything's cheap as fuck. You go there and
that's great.
You're like, my bar tab is this? I'm hammered, or like my meal, it's pretty nice that way. But yeah, you go around and there's no, you wouldn't be able to tell anything's going on, And then, yeah, I mean, maybe you'll go some places and you'll get a little taste of home from here, it's unhoused. But it's like that's
every city.
That's everywhere. So, but yeah, it is very funny, and and my parents are, I was raised, more on the spiritual side of like Wiccan energy and that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I was like jealous of my friends who, they did go to church on Sundays because, but yeah. I mean, long story too long, I would say. Spiritual, I don't know. I never really thought about it before, but now that I'm getting older, I'm like, well, I hope something good happens because I've been an incredible person and I've never done a bad thing. So I deserve something.
Do you have any connection that you put in with like any woo-woo stuff? Like, would you believe a psychic? Would you believe Ouija board or things like that?
I'll pretty much believe all of those things as long as it's giving me good news about the future. When they're like, ooh, you're going to be, rich and famous. I'm like, yeah, that's good advice. But if they're like, oh, you're in for some hard times. And I'm like, shut the get out of here. No, I'm not. It's crazy shit. Yeah. So yeah, that's me when it's convenient, 100%, and when it's not, I'm like, I'm an atheist. Nothing matters, man.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like anytime I get up and go to the bathroom, and it's like 3 a.m. or something, I'm always like, huh? Who's there? But yeah, 100%. My old apartment, there was I lived before we moved in together. I had a sweet deal on a 1-bedroom in Franklin Village. Whew, that was good. But I remember the first month I moved in there, it was like 2 or 3 a.m, and I think I had fallen asleep, but like I hadn't like gone to bed. I think maybe I like fell asleep on the couch or something, and I go in, get ready, and then I walk into the kitchen to get a glass of water, and then I just feel this like just cold presence.
Oh, no.
All my all this stuff sticks up, and I just got this really benevolent. Is that the bad one? Or malevolent? Malevolent's the bad one. Yeah. Like just force behind me, and I felt like this like weight, and I just got and I literally just like grabbed the water. I was afraid to like look behind me, and I just like looked down, walked to my bed, pulled the covers, and I turned away. And there was a moment where I was like, do I need to move? And I really thought that, something had happened in there. And then I asked my neighbors, and this was one of those, it was like a rent-controlled building, so people had been there forever. So if something had happened, people would know. And I was like, did somebody die in here? What the fuck's going on? And they're like, no one. So I don't know what it was, but it was, as in my adult life, other than like being a kid and being like, there's a thing under the bed. Other than that, in my adult life, that was like the scaredest I've ever, where I'm just like, what? Something's wrong right now. And I lived there for another like 3 years after that.
Rent control in LA.
You can't beat it. I told my fiance, I was like, if we ever break up, if like this has to work, me moving in here, because I'm giving up such a goddamn good deal. This has to work. So fortunately it did, but yeah, I never got anything like that again, but it was a thing where I'm like, oh, there is something happening right now. Yeah.
I hate that I can't kind of like push. I think I try to push it down because I know that experience of you're waking up in the middle of the night and it's like my logical brain knows that it's fine, but there's something very uneasy about walking around in the dark, even in my own home. Or like being a kid and coming up from the basement. There's just a thing where you're like, fuck, I'm just so uncomfortable and I don't know why.
Yeah, 100%. It's, and you don't know why, and it's probably there's nothing,
Yeah, of course.
Just some weird shit in our brain.
But the vibes are bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if dogs do this as much, but like I had some cats growing up, and there's nothing when you're like up late at night. And I don't know if you've ever been around cats when they do this, but there's the thing that cats will do, and it's late at night, and you'll be like sitting on the couch watching TV, and your cat will be over here. And it's like sitting like kind of like Monty, with its like on his butt, and then like it's kind of hind legs like this. And there's moments where cats will literally, they're just like this, just staring, but they're staring right past you. And you look, and it's literally a blank wall, but they're just like, that I think is some of the, it's like 1 a.m, 2 a.m, you're by yourself, you're, probably had some party favors at the end of the night, and then your cat's just like, It feels frozen. I don't know if any, cat people can back me up on that. But that's some of the most terrifying moments too.
Oh yeah, because even with like he'll bark at something that's not there, and I'm like, what am I missing?
Yeah, what are you seeing right now? And they're probably seeing something.
Probably.
Or they're just dumb animals who don't know shit.
But now that you live with your partner, you have to, if there's like a spooky sound,
I
it's on
gotta
you to go
investigate.
investigate. Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll be the one to get killed first. Okay, I'll get in the way so you can get away. I'll get in the way so you can get away. That's how I proposed to her. I'll get in the way so you can get away.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna stop it, but I will. I'll stand.
I'll buy
in
you
front.
time.
I'll buy you some time. Not as much as you'd hope for, but I will buy you a little bit.
Had you lived with a woman before?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Thought I'd never make that mistake again. No. Yeah, for sure.
Pros, cons.
I mean, pros, you save money. Bills go in half. Cons, you're really gonna want to make sure that you're ready and it's the right thing, because there's no going back.
Yeah.
You can't move in and then decide like, oh, maybe let's not. I'm gonna move back in on my own. You can't. If you do that, then it's over. Basically, right. I think there's no. So make sure that it's the right decision. Yeah.
Well, I could talk to you all day.
Thank you. Me too.
Simon Gibson, please tell people where they can find what you're doing, how they can support you.
Absolutely. All socials, again, Threads, come on, Instagram, TikTok, is Simon Gibson is funny. And then if you want to stay up to date, that's a good way to stay up to date on videos and whatever bullshit I'm posting at the moment. But if you want to stay up to date on shows, my website is also simongibsonisfunny.com, and you can find where I'm going to be at. Also, I got some merch if you're into that freaky shit. If you're into some T-shirts and some crazy crap, you can find that as well. So yeah, Simon Gibson is funny, everything, and check out my Don't Tell set. It's on their channel. Please do tell. And yeah. That's about it.
Amazing. Thank you so much for doing the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And thank you, everybody, for listening. Bye.